Good morning, you guys. Today we're going to be working on some body weight exercises. You really don't have to have anything unless you have an issue with coming all the way down to the floor, in which case maybe a chair would help or a small stool. So let's start with externally rotating here and drawing one knee out and then the other. So just exaggerate that range of motion. If you need to hold on to your chair for balance, go for it. Inhale, exhale. Two more, open, one more. Now we're gonna go inside. So circle in, create that nice big space in your hips. Inhale and exhale. Few more. Trying to increase that range of motion in your hip. Two more, and one more both sides. And then open, follow down the line of your legs. I want you to lengthen your spine. Open up your arms, take a nice big breath in, and then take that left arm to the right foot. Draw your chin right in towards that knee and contract the quadricep. Lengthen and open. Travel back up and then lengthen, other side. Chin towards the knee or towards the toe. Create as much space as you can. If you need to lean on the chair, go for it. And then sink your hips down, rotate those toes out, left shoulder to the right. So I'm just pushing my inner thigh away from me as I lengthen that spine, big breath in, and then gently switch to the other side. Nice big breath in. Be mindful of where your neck is. You want to keep that in one line without hyperextending. And then just push both knees open. If you need to use a chair and just come into a plie using the chair, go for it. And then lengthen one more time. Bring both hands to the floor if it works, or maybe the chair, and reach your fingers out as far as you can and push your hips back. I want you to take those hamstrings and shoot them as far away from you as you can by lifting up the sit bones and relaxing the head, neck, and the shoulders. Interlace at your hands and then stir the pot. Let your entire upper body relax. Inhale, exhale. Just let your head be heavy and increase that range of motion in the spine, and then rewind it the other way. Head, neck, and shoulders nice and relaxed. Very good, you guys. We're going to be warming up with 1 minute of a plank. If I know that I have a hard time holding here, I have a chair. And if I have an issue with my wrists, then I will be on my elbows, okay? So 1 minute is not long. If you need to take a break, you feel free to do that. We're going to start with either high or low. I'm going to start with high because we're going to end up going to a low plank next. So big breath in. Now keep your neck in neutral, abdominal muscles in. You start noticing here that you feel like your hips are up high. I would rather the hips be into a down dog than to be dipped too low. So really focus on your palms under your shoulders. Feel the strength in your entire body. So you're squeezing at your armpits. We're already at 25 seconds. Now from here, really lengthen the neck and engage the core. So you're pulling the belly button right in here towards the spine, squeezing your glutes. We're at 40 seconds, you guys. Doing fantastic. Squeeze the glutes, contract the quadriceps, the top of your legs. Now feel the strength all the way to your heels. Almost there, you've got 10 seconds to just warm it up here, you guys. Make sure that neck is in neutral. 4, 3, 2, if you need a break, come to your knees. If you can, drop down to your forearms if you're not there already. If I'm on my forearms and I need a break, I'll drop to my knees. So we're still holding. Big breath in. Now you're going to tap your left knee and then your right knee. 1 and 2. I know this is a lot, so if you need to, you've got child's pose. You drop to your knees, you push your hips back. Anytime you need that break, you guys. Just 30 more seconds, you can do this. Elbows under the shoulder. Tap both knees same time and lift. Remember, you can stick to those knees Almost there, you guys, 20 seconds. You should feel the body temperature rising. Elbow under the shoulders, neck in neutral. Almost there, 10 seconds, you guys. Now squeeze those glutes. Pull the belly button in. And 4, 3, 2, drop to your knees. And all the way back here in puppy pose. So a big stretch all the way from your hip to your fingertip. You guys increase that space all the way down. Wonderful job. Take from here that left arm and thread the needle and open up through your shoulder. So right on the ear and the side of the head, give yourself a great big stretch. If you can do 2-minute plank, you guys, can I tell you that is such a great accomplishment. Switch to the other side. We're building that strength in the overall body. Personally, I think it is one of the hardest exercises that you will do. Practice every single day doing your plank, you guys, and it will get better, I promise. Next move is a down dog. You're gonna come from here like so, and you're gonna travel and take your right leg up, and then you're gonna tuck your knee in, and you're kicking right back. Now again, I have issues with my wrists. From here, up, tap that knee, and reach back up. Keep moving. If you've already started, use a chair if you need to. Up and pull. Now you adjust this move. Keep moving so it works for you. Give me 5 more. Exhale, pull it in. Now try to drive that knee through those arms. Lengthen and exhale as you pull that knee in. Squeeze your buns. Last 2. 1 more. Pull it in. And relax it to those knees. Take from here those hips and relax it back. Child's pose. Nice work, you guys. Wonderful. Now we have to repeat that on the other side. So you find the move that gives you the greatest form and the biggest bang for your buck. So this is your workout. Make it work and don't hurt yourself. So we're coming back to that down dog. Big breath in. Lengthen and left. Now I'm taking the other leg. Driving that knee through. Reach. Drive. Now I can, from here, really lengthen. I can push back, pull it in from my forearms. Inhale. Exhale. You adjust this move so it works for you guys. Keep reaching and pulling. Here we go. 4. Reach. 3. And 2. 1 more. And then relax it again. Great work, you guys. Now, if you really want to sink your hips back and you have a chair, you can really reach those arms up or push them as far away from you as you can. Nice deep breath in. We're going to return to our back here and do a quick little ab exercise, you guys. All right, so from the back. Now, belly button comes in towards that spine. Interlace your hands. From here, you're going to go left, right. So I want to make sure the chin stays off my chest. As I rotate the left shoulder towards the right knee, not the elbow, but the shoulder, I'm going to open and switch. Head, neck, and shoulders relax. Exhale. 1 and push. And 2. You can tap your toes. And 3. And switch. For 4, exhale for 5. Now really drive that knee in as much as you can and exhale as you rotate. 3 more. 1. Now 2. We're going to go 1, 2, hold on. 3, you need a break, you take it. 1, 2, hold. 2, 2, head relax. 3, 2, hold. I want you to rotate from elbow to elbow. You got that peach under your chin, low back pressing. And 1, 2, hold. 5, 2, hold. 4, 2, hold. And 3, 2, hold. Now 2, 2, 1 more. 1, 2. Give it a rest and circle. your knees away. Great job, you guys. Now open up again, hip flexors. Rewind it, pull it in, drive it away. Nice deep breath in. You're gonna open up your arms to a T and bring both knees to your left side. Now wake up that spine if you want to look towards the right, optional. Increase that space between your fingertips. Want to lengthen your top leg, roll the ankle, go for it. Big breath in, rewind it. You need to support the leg, you hold it with your hand underneath your knee. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Nice big breath in, open to that T. I can always look in the opposite direction of my knees and lengthen my top leg and roll the ankle. Great work, you guys. We're coming to some squats next, so we will be returning back to a standing. So from here, I'm just gonna roll over all the way to my side and push back to a down dog again. Now, nice big breath in, creating that space in the posterior chain, shaking the nonsense out of my head and walking the hands into the feet. Nice big breath in, soften the knees and roll it up. All right, so we've got 3 sets of squats here. If I need to and I have a chair, I can practice my squats just like this, okay? So start with your feet in a sumo style, toes slightly rotated out, palms coming together. The goal is to use the upper body and push your palms together without increasing that space here, decreasing that space between the ear and the shoulder. So you're gonna drop it and push it. 1 and 2. How low can you go? It's up to 3. Knees not coming past the toes, spine nice and tall. Push through the hands. Now 5 and 4. That's it, you guys. 3. Press to the heels. 2. 1 more. Stay low and pulse it. 1, 2. If I need to stand behind the chair, always an option. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up tall, open. Spread the wings and sweep it. 2 more. So now it's a 2-2 squat. So the goal is to pause in the middle. If I come here, 1, 2, up for 2, okay? Big breath in. I'm gonna come a little bit wider. The farther I come, the more I target the inner thigh. Push it down for 2, up for 2. We're just trying to eliminate any momentum here. 3, 2, squeeze from here. And 4, 5, 2, and 6. Now 7, 2. Dig your heels down and squeeze your buns. 8, 9, 1 more. Stay low. Pulse it now. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Push through those palms. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open it up again. Reach for it. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, you guys. Now this next one, we're going to come a little bit narrower. So you're going to walk your feet slightly farther than hip distance. If you want to, pop up on your tiptoe. Push hands together. You're going to go down for 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Push it up. 2. Find your focus. And 3, 2, 3. Abs in. 4. Up on those tiptoes, squeeze your buns up. 5. You can stand right behind that chair. 6. If it doesn't work, come down to the chair. 7. Exhale down, press through those palms. 8. 2 more times, working that balance as well. 9, 1 more. Now stay low, pulse it. 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 6. You guys got this. 8, 9, and 10. Wonderful work. Reach for it. Keep your heart higher than your hips and lengthen. I can use a chair if this helps by reaching those arms away Nice deep breath here. Reach your fingertips behind you. Create a nice big line between your heels and your hips and your fingertips. Very good, you guys. We're returning back to the ground. If I have a hard time coming down and I want to work my V-sit, I can increase the angle here. I can lift one leg and then the other, okay? All right, so big breath in, you guys. Open. First, create a big stretch between your fingertips and your toes without shrugging your shoulders. So we have a few different ways that we can get comfortable coming into the V-sit. The first of which is I can add a roll, which helps with momentum. So if I roll back, not on my neck, stop at the shoulders, and then add the lift, I'm able to increase that momentum to help me come up. Also, I can do a knee tuck and then lengthen the legs. All right, so if that is easy and I know I can do that, we're gonna come to a V-sit. You decide which one works. Big breath in. Exhale, up, lengthen, hold on to the back of your legs and reach. Inhale. Exhale, lift. You can reach your arms up towards the toes if it helps. Now increase from here that strength. Pull the belly button in and really try to keep your spine nice and tall. Remember, if you need to, bend your knees, lengthen your legs. Inhale. This is similar to the plank. Really, you have to have a lot of abdominal strength to be able to lift yourself here. So if I'm building it, I bend and lengthen, or I roll it up. Last one. Exhale, reach for it. Sit up nice and tall. Feel that strength in the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop your feet. Interlace, C-curve with your spine. Great job, you guys. A little bit of a twist. I want you to rotate here towards your left side. Big breath here. Now this next ab exercise, you're going to be coming into a side V. There's a few ways I can do this. I'm building my strength. In this side, I'll drop down to the one elbow, lift up my leg, transfer my weight back, come up and maybe lift a leg. The motion is go 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm trying to find that balance on the side. So the feet and the head are not collapsed. I'm trying to lift them. I can use this bottom arm to help me. I'm going to rotate back and drive those knees up. We're going to stick to the same side. So shoulders back, belly button in. If I need to, I come back to my forearm. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Open into your side plank. Pull the belly button in nice and tight. Return to your back and lift it up. Pull the knees in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Same side. Reach for it. Feel that strength in your core. Rotate back. Pull it up. If I need to, I come down to that forearm. I could try holding my legs up if that works. And pull back in. 1, 2, 3. Side plank. Big breath here. Pull it back in. Exhale. One more time this side. 1, 2, 3. Reach for it. Feel the strength in your core. And pull back in. Now we're switching to the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3. If I need to, I come to my forearm. Lift it up. Rotate back. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift and pull. 2, 2, 3. Now open and reach. Big breath in, squeeze your buns, and lift it up, you guys. Last 3. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale. Exhale, last 2. 2, 3. Now reach for it and lift and pull. One more time, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Now open and drive that knee up and interlace. Great work, and push it away. Wonderful job, you guys. Take from here. Right leg, cross it over. and then a nice sitting spinal twist. Lengthen the extended leg, pull the knee in. I'm rotating towards my bent knee. Big breath in. And then we're just gonna switch to the other side, you guys, right here. Tuck that foot over and rotate. Lengthen the extended leg. We're coming up next for jumping jacks. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead from here, take a moment, either for my palms or my forearms, and hover. Keep your neck in neutral. Pull the belly button in. We're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can hold the chair here. You can hold your forearms. And 2 and 1. Push back, lengthen from here your hamstrings, the back of your legs. Create that space between the heels and the hips and the palms. Big breath in now. And walk those hands into the feet. Soften your knees and roll it up. Now, if I know jumping is not my thing, all I do is a half jack here, you guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate and do some rotational jumping jacks, 5 each direction, start forward and rotate to the left. Ready? 2 and 4, nice and light on your feet, rotate. 2 and 4, rotate. 2 and 4, rotate, abs in, 2, 4, rotate again. Great work, you guys. Now we're rotating the other way and rotate. 2, 4, rotate. 2, 4, again. 2, 4. Now to the front one more time. 2 and 4. And relax it, you guys. Open it up. Spread your wings. All right, we got this, you guys. You're gonna step back into a lunge, into a squat. Now, say for instance, I'm building my balance. From here, my outside foot, I would drop and then open into a squat. So you can take either the inside, outside foot with the chair is gonna be a little bit easier. All right, so you guys, big breath in now. We're gonna step back first with the left foot. Ready? Lunge, squat, lunge. 2, lunge, press with the heel. 3, inhale, exhale. 4, 5, and 6, lunge. 7, last 3. Now 8, 2 more. 9, 1 more. And rest it. Lengthen. Open it up here and take that right foot, reach it out, and come over the top. So line up your arms, contract the quadriceps, the top of your legs. Push through the back foot, bend your knee. Open warrior, drive the elbow in and create one space, one line. Heel, hip, shoulder, finger. Take your bottom hip, push it forward. Inhale. And now exhale, push to the back foot. Wonderful. Now we're switching legs, you guys. Right foot's gonna step back lunge into that squat. Ready? Here we go. Lunge and squat. 1, lunge, 2, hip distance, 3, lunge, 4, inhale, exhale, 5, press through that front heel, 6, 7, use that chair to help you, 8, 2 more, lunge, 1 more. And rest it up. Good work, you guys. Open it up, heel, instep, reach. Take your bottom hip and push it towards me. Big breath in. You can look to the ceiling, look straight in front of you. Big breath here. And then you're gonna push the back foot, bend that knee, open, tuck it, and reach it. Great work, you guys. Create that nice big space here. Hip flexors, abdominal muscles in. All right, this next one, whew. Now we've got some mountain climbers that we have to do. If this next move doesn't work, this is a standing mountain climber. All I'm doing is pulling the knees up and in. If I need to, and that works best for me, we go 1, 2, 3, squat, squat, 1, 2, 3. Now we're coming from the floor. All right, so start on the far side. What we're gonna do is whichever side I'm out, the outside foot is coming in first for 3 mountain climbers. So I'm gonna hold from here to a plank. I'll show you the move. I'm gonna stop, drop, and roll or walk. So outside knee, 1, 2, 3. Drop to the knees, roll it over, push all the way up, and outside knee in for 3. I can walk back instead of stop, dropping, and rolling. Okay, if I have a bad wrist, bad back, I could roll, go from it from a standing, if that works better. All right, so outside foot, you guys, 3 mountain climbers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Either walk or stop, drop, and roll. Push it up outside. 1, 2, 3. Abs in. Stop, drop, roll. And 1, 2. Maybe I want to walk. 1, 2, 3. Other side. And 1, 2, 3. Stop, drop, roll. Exhale. Push it up. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. Push it up. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I want to walk and mix it up. Outside. 2, 3. Stop, drop, roll. Last set right here, all the way up. 1, 2, 3. Stop, drop, roll. Use your body weight. Push yourself up. 1, 2, and 3. One more time. Roll back. Upward facing dog. Either maybe on your forearms. Catch your breath, big breath. Roll your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Great work, you guys. From here, I'm going to push back to a nice child's pose. Sink your hips. Relax your head, neck, and your shoulders. Walk your hands to the right. Push your hips to the left. Now walk your hands to the other corner. Give yourself a great from here big stretch, you guys. We are on pliés. So we did squats before. Come back to the middle. If this helps to come up, downward facing dog, or use a chair, lengthen. Posterior chain, walk your hands into your feet. Soften your knees. Move it up. So if I need to, when I do a plie, I want to keep my spine really tall. So what happens is we start doing it and we start rotating from that hinged hip. So I'd rather you not come down so far and keep your form really tall, using that strength of the inner thigh. So rotate your toes out as far as you can. Shoulders back. You want to make sure that when you come down, that your knees aren't coming past your toe. So push from here, your palms together, full range motion. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great job, you guys. 5, as low as you can go. 6, 7, now 8, and 9. Now stay low. So 10, 9, 8, 7, relax your neck. 4, 3, that's it. 2, 1 more, and 1. Reach for it. Spread your wings. Inhale, exhale. One more time, you guys. Now we're at a 2-2. I always have a choice. I can come up on one tiptoe if I want to, or I can keep on the pressure on both heels. I'm gonna come on one tiptoe, keep that pressure in that left heel. Ready? 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2. Dig deep, 4, 2. Now I'm gonna switch feet. 1, 2, and 2, 2. Abs in 3, 2, and 4. One more. Both tiptoes or both heels, pulse it. 1, 2, 3. Spine tall. That's it, you guys. Engage that core. 3, 2, and 1. Reach for it. Let it go. Again. We've got one more set. It's down for 3, up for 1. Now I can come in a little bit closer and stay up on both tiptoes the whole time. Keep the pressure on the heels, same thing, nice and tall. 3 pulses all the way down. So 1, 2, stay low, pulse. 3, 2, 1, push it up. 2, 2, 3, pulse. 1, 2, and 3, push it up. Down 3, 2, 3. Feel the strength in your inner thigh. Use your chair to help you. And up. 4, 2, 3. Pulse. 2, 3. Push it up. Now 5, 2, 3. Pulse it. 1, 2. That's it. Push those palms together. Halfway there. 6, 2, 3. Pulse it. 1, 2, and 3. Relax your neck. 7, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We are so close. 8, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Push it now. 9, 2, 3. Pulse it. 1, 2, 1 more time. 10, 2, 3. Pulse. 1, 2. And rest it for a moment. Reach for the sky. Sweep the floor. Now 10 minis at your low point. Tiptoe or heel. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7. Inner thigh firing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, you guys. Open. We're going to travel down and take from here, left arm. I'm not going to dip my heart here below my hip. I feel like the heart rate is up, then keep your heart higher than your hip. Contract the quadriceps, lengthen your spine, reach up and rotate. Other side, nice deep breath in. And tuck the opposite hand behind my back. Keep my neck in neutral, abdominal muscles nice and tight. Now we have the front snap kick burpee. If I hate that, it's not my favorite. I would front snap kick from here, front snap kick, maybe at a squat, come back up, knee pull, and then I can stay standing the whole time. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna start right foot front snap, left foot front snap, burpee, back, in, back up. 1, 2, back, in, 3, 2, back, in, 4, 2. Can you kick as high as your waist? 5, back, 2. Now you're gonna switch your lead foot. 1, 2, back, 2, 2. Use a chair instead of coming all the way down. And eliminate the kick. 3, 2 more, 4. Now we got it. 1 more. Awesome job, you guys. Great work. Reach for it. Now take that big stretch here. Interlace your hands and drop from here, no lower than your hip. Reach those arms all the way back. Take your fingertips and lengthen them. Big breath in. Sweep and lift to the floor. Up to the ceiling. Now I'm going to come down as far as I can, keeping my heart up. Nice deep breath in. Reach towards the floor and reach for the ceiling. Great work, you guys. Now, donkey kicks. I can use my chair here and I can bend and lengthen. The goal here is to keep that form. I can make this harder. I can come up from here and kick back from a crouching tiger. Maybe that is just too much. So I'm going to come right back from here, lengthen. My heel is higher than my hip, and I'm going to resist it back in. The first 10, full range of motion, 10 minis. Now you can hold the crouching tiger. The goal is to at least lift your leg to your hip. Big breath in now. Ready? 1, too much on your knee. 2, knee down. 3, abs in. 4, 5, 6, squeeze your buns. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to drop that knee and add a push up for my minis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give it a rest, push it back, and let it go. Nice deep breath in. Now we're going to switch sides and repeat that same thing. Now, if I want to try with the crouching tiger, I can come from here and then still increase that strength in the overall body without hurting the wrist. Ready? Hover. 1, 2. Now through your heel. 3, out of your hip flexor. 4, 5, 6, exhale, push it. 7, 8, abs in. 9, one more. I'm going to drop to that knee, push up minis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can hold solid here on the forearms. 7, 8, 2 more. 9, 10. Open up the knees. Push all the way back. Big breath in now. Now it is a 2-2 count. For the second round, I'm going to intentionally come from the forearms, lower my center of gravity, and try to keep my bottom knee down a little bit lower. So you're working the quadricep, the core, overall body, and glute. So if it's taking away from my glute, I would rather you come back for 2, in for 2, and focus on those buns. Are you ready? Abs in, back to the first side. Ready? 1, 2, 2, 2. Exhale, 3. Now squeeze your buns. Too much on your knee. 4. Drop it. 5, 6, 2. Exhale, 7, 8, 2, 9. One more. Drop right to that knee. Push up minis. 1, 2. I'm going to try to balance on that knee if I can. 4, 5, 6. Squeeze those buns tight. 7. Lengthen and lift. 8, 9. One more. Rest it again. Puppy pose. Hips high and low. Nice deep breath. If I need to thread the needle, I'll take the right arm underneath. Big stretch. Switch to the other side. We're coming back to that forearm. Remember, all else fails. I'm doing my donkey kick here, you guys. I don't have to get fancy. If I'm working on building that strength in the glute, I need to focus on one thing and get really good at it. So from those forearms, back for 2, neck and neutral. Ready? 1, 2. Exhale, 2. Out 7. Make every movement count. 8, out of that hip flexor in the buns. 9 and 10. Right into those push-up minis. 1, 2, 3. If not, my donkey minis are here. 5, balance on that knee. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 1 more. Awesome work. Take your knees to the edge of your mat and push them hips back. Big breath in, you guys. Let it go. We only have 1 more set. Back for 3. In for 1. Now, I'm going to try this from a full plank. I can come from here, 1, 2, 3, and pull back in. I can come from here, 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm trying to come higher than my hip. So if I can only lift from here, I would rather you not take the chance of it coming into your knee. Stick right here, 1, 2, 3, or from those forearms, okay? Try the plank any which way that works for you. You can even come with your forearms on the chair. Back for 3, abs in. Here we go, plank. 1, 2, 3. Pull the knee in as far as you can. 2. Neck in neutral. Exhale, 3. Out of your hip flexor. 4. Hold a plank. You want to build that strength. 5. Exhale. 6, 2, 3, 7. Take it out of it. 8. 2 more. 9. Drop that knee if you need to. 1 more. Relax for a moment. Push back. Take a deep breath in. You get a bit of a bonus because now we have to repeat that same thing on the other side, you guys, before we come back to those minis. Are you ready? Maybe this time I'll try for my forearms and see how that feels. Now, the lower my center of gravity, some people feel it more in a low plank, some people will feel it more in a high plank. The low plank is very abcentric. So for me, I feel that more in my core. For me, it takes that focus off the wrist. So you decide, hold the plank or drop the knee. 1, 2, 3, tight through. 2, abs in. 3, 2, 3, squeeze the buns now. 4, 2, 3, neck in neutral. 5, if you need to tap the knee down in between, go for it. 6, 2, 3, 7, through that heel. 8, exhale it away. A lot of under quad here. 1 more. Drop it down and let it go again. Great work, you guys. Sink your hips side to side. Now we've got to go to our mini pulses. So for this, going back to the first side, I'm going to do the minis for my plank. From here, deep breath in. I'm going to hold that plank if I can and draw and push. Ready? Forearms is great, or minis. 1, 2, drop that knee if you need to. 3, 4, 5, shoulders away from the ears. 6, where are your abs? Pull it in. 7, squeeze your buns. 8, 9, 1 more. Give it a rest. Puppy pose. Big breath in. Nice inhale. Forearms or palms up to you. Last 10 mini pulses, other side. Nice deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to push that wall behind me with my heel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Wonderful job. Push it back and let it go. So we're going to come to a pigeon pose. If I have a hard time, I'll have a seat and do a number 4 stretch instead. So I'm going to push back down dog, take my right leg and reach for the sky. And then I'm gonna drive that leg through into that pigeon pose, lengthen. This is too much. I can walk my back knee in. I can release it. This is that number 4 from a seated position. Either way that works best for you. Lengthen and open. Now try to take your leg and square it off. Knee and hip, I'm trying to bring that in one line and lengthen right over the top. Maybe I can barely come down. Maybe this is enough. Big breath in. Now I want you to walk over your knee. Big breath in. Inhale, increase that space here in your spine and your hip. Big breath in. And then you're gonna come to the other side now. Towards that foot, take a big breath in here, guys. Feel that space in your hip. Open that up. Now we're gonna go ahead and release that back to a downward facing dog, bicycle. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm gonna switch sides, triple dog left. And then tie that leg through, pigeon pose. Now maybe I'm just up like this, isn't it working? If you have a foam roller, you can sit on top of your foam roller and increase that space in your hip, works really great. Otherwise, if you can, you're lengthening and coming right over the top. Now feel that space in your hip. Take a nice deep breath in. Inhale. And exhale. I want you to breathe out of that tension and stress. Now come over that knee. Nice deep breath here. Lengthen your spine. And then you're gonna walk right in towards your foot. Big breath in again. Nice big breath here. Nice big breath out. Wonderful work, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna come back up to a standing. So I'm gonna go ahead and push back to that down dog again. Bicycle my legs. And then start to walk my feet into my hands. And then take a big breath in. Now I'm gonna try to keep the spine as tall as I can. Open up through from here, the hamstrings, that's the back of your legs. You can touch the floor and keep that spine tall. Big breath in, big breath out, soften the knees and roll it up. Okay, so we have jack squats here, guys. So if I feel better coming here and then stepping in, okay, I can build that same strength in my legs. I'm gonna come to a sumo style, shoulders are gonna come back. Touch the floor, hop it in if you can, and then right back out, okay? So nice deep breath in, shoulders back, belly button, and if you can touch the floor, I don't want your whole body to collapse forward, try to keep your heart up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, great job, you guys, 6, 7, you step and tap, 8, 9, just 10 more, make them count. 2, 3, 4, wonderful, 5, 6, 7, 8, last 2, last 1, and stretch it out. Go ahead from here, all the way down, that beginning stretch, that Ichiro stretch, push to the inner thigh. Big breath here, you guys. Switch it to the other side. We're gonna jog in place here. Now, if I have a hard time jogging in place, I assimilate the motion. So run it out from here. Inhale, exhale. First set, nice and easy. And then I want to try to tap from here, your hands to your heel. Ready? 5, 7, 9, jog, jump, cross. 2, 4, rubber band from your chin. 8, raise the roof. 1, 3, 5, 7, bring your knees up. Think you're gonna pee yourself? Go ahead and step. Big breath in. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Give it a rest. Reach and open. Take another big breath. Let it go. Now, 100 arms. We don't need any weight. So what you're gonna do from here, you're gonna find your balance. Maybe to a tree pose. Maybe my knees up here. So whichever way feels best, open up your arms, circle back. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, rewind it. 1, 2, 4, 6. Keep your arms up, switch your feet. Ready? Again, back. 1, 2, 3, squeeze your scapula. 5, contract here and squeeze your biceps. 3, 2, rewind it now. 1, 2, 3, now 5, 7, 8, 9. Keep those arms up, squeeze from here, push. Go ahead and hop on one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find a focal point. 5. Knee higher than your hip. 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep your arms up, switch legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Relax your neck. 4, 5. Push and squeeze. 6, 7, 8. Keep your arms up. Push, push. 1, 2. Take your hip and push it out. 3, push. 4, push. 5, push out of your tricep. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to dip and flip. 1, 2, 3. Relax your neck, shake it out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minis. Hover. If you can, cross in front. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your arms up, switch sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. We're going to an airplane. Keep your arms up here. You're going to kick them back, reach it up. Kick them back, reach it up. Kick it back, reach it up. Kick it back. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. 3. Adds in. 2. 1 more. Keep your arms up. Big breath in. You're switching sides. Inhale. Tap your foot if you need to. Tap in between. 2. Find the center if you can. 3. Out of your hip flexor. In your triceps. 5 more. Reach. Push. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. You're going to stick with your triceps here. Push it. 2, 4, 6, 8. Hinge from your hip. Keep pushing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Keep from here your arms activated. Come down to the floor. If you want to use a chair and you feel comfortable, you're going to bend and snap here and use your triceps. Now, if I have a hard time doing this, and I cannot do that, then from here, you can hinge and you can keep activating your triceps, or you can bend and snap from here. Now, the motion is to bend at the elbows. I like to have my fingers faced in. I'm taking that left heel down, popping and dropping and bending from here at the elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your tricep now, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 1 more, now minis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, give it a quick little rest, interlace, push it forward, last 10 other side, walk it in, shoulders back, chest up, ready, keep pushing back triceps, 1, 2, 3, if you can do the butt lift, bend at your elbow, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last 10 pulses, 2, 4, 6, 8, and give it a rest. Go ahead from here, interlace, push it forward. Great job, you guys. I'm going to stretch out those triceps. So if I can sit either in a chair or cross-legged sitting, pat yourself on the back. Grab onto that elbow. Nice deep breath in, close your eyes, and find your center. Big breath in. Feel the space here in the tricep. Let it go. Now take that hand and same arm, bring it behind your back. Grab onto your wrist and then roll your neck here on that left side. Ear to shoulder, chin to chest. Relax your right shoulder. Now from here, that same arm, I'm going to drive it across the chest, tuck in the elbow, and open that shoulder. Now roll the wrist. Inhale. Want long lead muscle, you want bulky muscle. You want to make sure that you keep that space. Big breath in. Now we're going to switch to the other side tricep. Pat yourself on the back. Line it up. Nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale. Connecting back to your breath. And then you're going to go ahead from here and release that arm, bring it behind your back, grab onto the wrist. And now from here, you're going to go ear to shoulder, chin to chest on the other side. So now as I'm focusing here, driving that wrist and pulling with that left arm, I'm trying to focus on the left side of my neck. One more time. And then I'm going to take that arm and pull it across. Open up the shoulder, pull all the way. You can roll the wrist if you'd like. Great job, you guys. Let's go ahead from here and switch it. We're going to take 3 big breaths now, but first, roll the shoulders. Let it go. Like you're shrugging and letting it go one more time. And then bring it forward. One more time, you guys. Now circle from here, dropping down to the right, up to the left. You can have a seat, same thing. One more, and then gently switch to the other side, you guys. So using the body weight is a great alternative to, if you don't have any weights, it doesn't mean that you can't work out. Go ahead from here and reach and lengthen. Oftentimes, body weight exercises can be a lot harder because you're lifting, you're using your entire body weight to hold you. Big breath in, and then switch to the other side. Nice deep breath in, relaxing through the hip. We're going to take 3 big breaths, you guys. Inhale, positive, and exhale, any negative. Give me 2 more big breaths. All the things you have to be thankful for, and gather them right into your heart. Great way to start your day is with positive affirmations and thinking about all your blessings in your life. Pull right into that heart center. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you, that you can't change, and gently bow your head. Namaste. Have an amazing day. Great work today, you guys. Feel free to stick around if you have any questions. Nice job.